The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number.
You're listening to UCW Radio. In your face.
Yeah, it was touch and go there for a while, to say the least. But you know, the interesting thing is what I try to not teach everybody, but explain to everybody is, man, if you've got a medical problem, you have to take charge of your own medical path. You have to be proactive.
Right.
Because, you know, they're doctors. That's what they do for a living. They're studied. They have diplomas. They've been in school forever. And you think, well, he's a doctor. He must know what he's talking about. And I'm not saying they don't, but you have to go out and find the right medical procedure that you believe will work for you and that will give you the quality of life after the fact, should there be an after the fact.
Right.
And that's what I did. And finding Germany was a blessing in disguise.
You took charge of your life. That's what you did.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
And, you know, had I listened to the first 6 doctors, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be able to speak.
No, I wouldn't be able to speak, and we wouldn't be going to lunch. I mean, you know, unless I'd be pouring it in a tube.
Wow.
So I went out, and lucky for me, I found another option. But you have to seek out options. If you know, go. I went, like I said, I went to 6 different doctors to get opinions in this country, and all the opinions were virtually the same. You know, and I know this sounds weird. I mentioned it to you on the phone the other day.
Yeah.
When I speak to a lot of cancer patients now across the country, and give them information that I have based on my illness. And I say this to all of them, even the ones that are very, very advanced. You know, you got to fight. You got to keep fighting, because your hope, the hope you give other patients who are being diagnosed. I mean, I'm not supposed to be here, and the fact that I fought and would not give up, and I am here, gives those other patients hope to fight as well, and that's real important. God rest his soul, but you know, Patrick Swayze, who I really admired as a talent, but you know, I know what this guy went through. It's horrendous. But one of the things that bothered me is, here's a guy with stage 2 pancreatic cancer, and he's smoking cigarettes. I'm sorry. That was wrong for him to do, for other people to see, because that, you know, look, I smoked for 25 years. I quit 16 years ago. And I got throat cancer 2 years ago because I smoked. I got it from smoking, even though I hadn't smoked in 14 years or 15 years.
Right.
Smoking is very bad, especially for cancer.
Yeah.
One of the things you don't want to do is smoke while you have it. For Patrick to do that, I thought that for me that was a sign that he had given up already.
And when you're in a position, you know, of people looking up to you.
Exactly.
When they see that, it kind of throws things off for them, because, you know, is it that easy to do that? You know,
Yeah.
And I hate even saying anything negative towards him, because I hold him in the highest regards, and, you know, God rest his soul. But again, there's a situation that it is what it is.
Yeah, but I know firsthand that it's real important. It was important for me when I was diagnosed, and I know other people who have been diagnosed that I've talked to on the phone and emails. It's real important. They look to the people that fight and survive, or fight and try to survive. I look to Farrah. Farrah gave me such incredible... I could not have laid down and let this thing take me, just based on watching Farrah, this beautiful, tiny woman fighting like a champion. Just tooth and nail. And I'm thinking to myself, if she can do that, God, I could do it too. And I did. And that's one of the things that bothered me, seeing Patrick smoking. I said to my wife, I said, you know what, it's like he's given up. Man, you never give up. You swing until you can't swing anymore.
But you've been through it, so you know what he was going through.
Yeah, I do.
And you fought the fight, and you fought the fight. See, they even, I mean, Suzanne Summers was, she said something to someone, and she got blasted for saying what you're saying right now, or along those lines. And she got blasted for it, but she went through something like that as well.
Yes, she did, and Suzanne's right. You know what Suzanne said, and she's right. She also said the chemotherapy killed you. Well, you know what? It's true. Mm-hmm. You know, that's what killed. Had I stayed in this country, I wouldn't be here. I would be dead.
Right.
I was dying. I was taking, you know, pounds of this poison every week. I couldn't eat. The cancer was, you know, growing sideways into the cartilage of my throat. I was just, everything was bad. It was not looking good. I finally, when I went to Germany, I only had chemotherapy in 8 weeks. I had it 3 times rather than every week because of the way they administer it was different. It's called an embolism, where they go up my main, they went up my main artery with a long syringe, and they injected the chemotherapy directly into the tumor in my neck.